I hope everyone's having a goblinish new year. It's 2019 CE. Thought I'd sit down and have a little catch up on what I'm doing and what I thought I might do this year, or at least this month. I'm not very good at planning. So yeah, updates. Been a few weeks since I made a video, so an update on what I'm reading. At the moment I'm reading The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I've seen it recommended on more than one channel, but mainly I'm looking at Pierre Rapport. Her channel's really good. If you don't subscribe, you should. Probably. But I'm reading it at the moment. Not far in yet. And if I'm honest, that first little segment, girl studies hard for exam, not the best start to a book. But it's picking up now, so looking forward to carrying on with that. What else am I planning on reading? I bought another Brandon Sanderson book over goblinish. What was it? I think it was Elantris. So I guess I'll read that sometime soon. Certainly this year. I am looking for a good recommendation for a sci-fi book. Haven't read much of that genre lately, and I do like to dip into it on occasion. In the near future, I've got a couple of book reviews to do. I guess following on from my last video, I am due to do a book review of Cruel Reality. You know what, I've been thinking a bit about that over goblinish, about how to review that. It is a little bit hard. It's an indie book, so it's not been talked about much on BookTube. And because of that, combined with the fact that a huge part of my enjoyment of it was due to the not knowing. It's a very suspenseful book with a lot of the enjoyment coming from not knowing why things are happening and what's going on. So I'm very loath to give out any spoilers, but reviewing it without giving any spoilers is tricky. I both want to tell you all about it, and I really don't. I'll have to continue to ponder that one. I also read over goblinish Traitor's Blade. Very enjoyable book. More standard fantasy there, so less problematic to review it. But we'll be reviewing that soon. Oh, actually, going back to the Cruel Reality thing, that's an indie book, and I enjoyed it so much. It has encouraged me to read more indie books this year. That's a bit of a 2019 goal for me. So, if you know of any particularly good indie books, ideally fantasy or... No, scratch that. If you know any good indie books, please recommend them down in the comments. What else would I like to read more of this year? I have been thinking I should get back to reading Harry Potter, because so far I've still only read the first book. I would like to read a bit more about Gringotts Bank and its wonderful employees, so there is that. I have enjoyed some of my more creative videos where I do a bit of book art, or like my... not sure if I can work out how to link videos, but my creating book covers out of other book covers. Did any of you enjoy that? Would you like to see more of that sort of thing? I guess I'm looking for a bit of feedback from you, the viewers. Sometime last year, probably around June or July or something, I got into a conversation with a small author and kind of agreed to illustrate his book. Maybe, if he likes what I do. I've made much slower progress with that than I thought, but I am still working on it, so I guess I'll do a bit more of that. I have considered trying out some new filming locations. Might give that some thinking. Soon. Or not soon. So that's the slightly chaotic thinking, slightly planning but not really planning thoughts going on in my head for 2019. In summary, I've got a couple of book reviews due. I would like any recommendations for books from you, particularly sci-fi and or indie books. Have you enjoyed any of my more arty creative videos? Should I do more of that? And are you bored of the same old background in the videos? Bye!